How you going, brothers and the occasional sister? I've just been out digging up my garlic, and I gotta tell you, it's a real crap crop. Literally, it's a tongue twister. An absolute crap crop. Oh, disappointing to say the least. Dry, and I didn't do a very good job. Right, I'll pop this down here and we'll get yakking. Sorry about all the bumping around. This is a snap vlog. I've only got about 15 minutes, so I've got to get back into it. Women's intuition. We hear it a lot. It's a terminology that we've probably heard our whole lives as men, and we've thought about it. What's woman's intuition? I want to put the question to you, what about a man's intuition? Because I don't know what a woman's intuition is, because I'm not a woman. And that's a question that women can ask themselves. But as far as us blokes go, we'll never better nut it out when they talk about their intuition. But I do know what our intuition is, and I want to go over that. And the reason I want to go over that is for the last week I've been helping a couple of guys out, a couple of young guys, and I've been going through them with thinking about what they're doing, because till about the age of 25, most men do a lot of things without thinking and do a lot of dumbass things. That's why young men make the best fighter pilots or the best soldiers, because they'll go into battle without even the frontal lobe thinking, hold on a minute, I could actually lose my life here. And a lot of young men do lose their lives because they think that they're going to be able to come back for a second chance when they do something stupid. But there is no second chance if you lose your head or you lose your heart. You might lose a leg, you'll come back. You might lose an eye, you come back. But you lose your neck, you've only got one of them. Or your heart goes, you've only got one of them. There's some organs you can lose and keep on going, but there's some that you really need. They're your vital organs and they keep you here. So thinking about what we're doing is critical, but we don't. And the other thing that we don't do, and even you older guys my age don't often do this, and I pulled a mate up the other day, I said, what are you feeling? What are you feeling about this? He was like, oh, I don't know if I feel anything. I don't feel anything. I said, you've got to be feeling something about this situation. He's like, oh, I feel pretty stink actually. I say, okay, well let's look at stink. What does stink feel like? Oh, it hurts me down here somewhere. I didn't really think about it. I said, okay, so now we're talking. Hurts you what, in your heart or your guts? He goes, that's my heart. And I said, well, that's telling you something about your emotions, bro. This is where a lot of your love is. You hold your love for people. You know, I've got my heart broken, or she's broken my heart, or I've taken this to heart. I really feel this heart and soul. This is a feeling mechanism for love and emotion. Yeah, gut feeling, that's a different place. I've got a bad gut feeling about this. Ooh, yeah, I got a bad gut feeling. So when I'm out hunting, I go on my male intuition a lot. It's a hunting instinct, you could call it, but it's my male intuition, and I use it. And I went out with a young fella about 2 years ago. We were hunting chamois, and I said to him, let's just stay here in this basin for a moment. Just got a feeling about this. He was like, no, I want to go up there. We were hunting chamois. I said, you just want to wait here for a minute. My intuition just said to me, this is a place, the sun's right. I mean, your intuition comes from logical source. Your intuition has come around from survival. So I'm in this place here, I'm thinking there's sun here. If I was an animal here, I'd be out of the wind here. It's a good place to shelter. It's the middle of winter, but it's quite warm. This would be a good place. And he was like, no, we'll keep going. And he kept on going, and he lifted a whole, like 6 or 7 really good chamois. And he learnt a valuable lesson that day about, first of all, going real slow when you're hunting, but also follow your gut. Don't keep on moving through life trying to get to the next thing, My dad used to be like that. He's always like, we're in a hurry to go there, got to get to this place. I mean, my granddad was the same too. The holidays were never holidays with granddad, because there was always a hurry to get there, and then when you got there, you had to do something else instead of just feeling it the whole way. And a lot of us do this. We're like in a hurry to get there, but we're not stopping to feel our male intuition. And it's a very masculine thing, our male intuition. It's revolved around fighting. Like fighting as in the days of old, when we were like fighting the Vikings, or we were the Vikings, or we were fighting to support our village against a raid against somebody else, or we were fighting men away from our partner. Very much that happened in our evolution. So we grew up and evolved fighting, but we also grew up hunting and gathering and collecting. Most of what we did as our food source was actually gathering. Our hunting was limited, and surprisingly, a lot of people think that a lot of our hunting was actually small game, like little birds and rabbits and possums and hares and things like that. But actually our main hunting came from hunting large game animals like gazelle or deer. there used to be the giant deer in Europe, and it was hunted to extinction. So us men, we were so good at hunting, we actually hunted this species, completely hunted it out to extinction. So we wiped it off, which is not a thing to be proud of. I guess you could say that Maori did that with moa here too, and that caused the Haast eagle to go extinct. Maori were very good hunters, but they overhunted the moa, and of course that was the food source for the Haast eagle, and that upset the ecology and the biodiversity, and two species became extinct. Actually, many species, because there was the giant moa, and then there was also the smaller one. I think there's one in between too. Pretty sad, really, isn't it? It may not have been Maori. There may have been people here before then that we don't know about that also were part of hunting those birds to extinction. But that's a big bird that would get chased out and clubbed. And I mean, think of the size of the drumsticks. You have these great big Kentucky Fried drumsticks this big. You'd be like, they'd be great drumsticks to eat. But we used our intuition to hunt, and we have done for many years. And suddenly we're in this modern world today where we don't have to do that so much. Everything's given to us on a plate, literally. You go into your supermarket, walk around, and the music's playing. Dun, 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 dun. You look at the trays of meat. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, one of those there, and I'll try this one here. That one's got more fat. I'll take that one. Dun, 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 dun. What else do I want? Oh, some eggs. We're not out there like gathering and trying to find where the mushrooms are growing, or trying to find where the blueberries, the wild blueberries are, or get to our turkey tail or our woodier mushroom. We're not looking for that in nature, really. I mean, we do it as a hobby thing today, and I do it as a practical means because I get a lot of those mushrooms which I feed on, and some of you watching today do actually do a lot of hunting and gathering and fishing, but the majority don't. But the majority of men still have that very, very important male intuition. And I want to say to you, particularly you young guys, listen to your feeling. Just stop for a moment and listen to it. Listen to it when you're going into a relationship with a woman. You're crazy about it, your hormones is going, your dick's going, yeah, I want to put that there and that there, and your head's going 1,000 mile an hour, and you're just obsessed, and you've got this one-track mind, this one woman, you're thinking about it, but just slow down for a minute. What does your intuition tell you about this woman? Well, first of all, have a good look at her mum, because she's going to end up just like her mum, pretty much, and most women hate me saying this, but they do, just like we become a lot like our dads. So there's something to go on. But what are you feeling? Other than that you want to get your end away, what are you feeling? Well, if you're a young bloke, you're probably not thinking anything. You're just probably feeling everything down there. And that can get you into a lot of trouble, because whilst it's fun for a moment, if you get that woman pregnant, then you are tied to that woman for the next 18 years because you're responsible for the child that she's going to give birth to. That's part of being a man. You've got to step up. You don't want to be taking on that shit when you're 16 or 17 years of age. You don't want to be taking on that shit. Oh, hold on, look at this. Check this out. Hold on, a whole covey of quail just crossing there, look. How about that? Whole covey of quail. How cool's that? They're just all going over there, look at them. How cool's that? All babies, they've all grown up. Californian quail. Oh, I used to hunt those when I was a kid with the slug gun. Used to shoot them. I don't shoot them anymore now, I'd rather have them. They've got a beautiful sound, they've got this really nice. Wow. Oh, there's more going across there. Yeah, a whole lot more. Jeez, there's heaps. There's old dad in the background there. Anyway. Getting back to it, your intuition is the thing that's going to serve you right. A man's got to live with the choices he makes, and your intuition will serve you well on making the right choices for things. So if something doesn't feel right, listen to your gut. Whether you're in a relationship with somebody and it doesn't feel right, listen to your gut. If you're going into a deal and something doesn't feel quite right, listen to your gut. Act on that. It'll serve you well. If you're going to buy something and you're making a bit of investment, before you do, just how does it feel? Often when we buy things, we see a boat. Oh, I really want this boat. You've got this emotional thing going. If I have this boat, and you make up stories as to why you need the boat. I need the boat because I need to catch snapper to feed the family. And it's a really expensive boat. Oh, I know I need it because I've always wanted a boat and I work hard and I need that boat. And I'm going to borrow a bit from the bank to get that boat, but just slow down a minute. Old Clay here has caught plenty of fish and keep people in fish forever without ever buying a boat a real boat. Oh, I've got a tinny and I've got a kayak. I've got a wooden boat I made, and there'd be nothing wrong with me owning a boat. But so far I've thought, well, will I catch more fish? Probably would, but what would it be cost ratio? What would be the economics for my family and friends in feeding them? And what about my health? Well, first of all, sitting in a kayak, it's great because you're paddling, getting your heart and your lungs going, your arms going, you're getting exercise going, you're in the water, you've got a 360 degree cockpit, which you don't have in a hard top boat. So you got 360 degrees, you're stealth because you're plastic. You can be fishing in 6 meters of water and the fish will take your line. You fish in 6 meters of water in a tinny, and every little noise, the harmonics, they travel, and the fish down there, they hear it and they fuck off. You're not going to catch any. So there's a lot of advantages to having a kayak and fishing like that. Okay, maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, so you buy a boat. Use your gut. Go on your gut. What do I really need? Now, there's nothing wrong with having a big flash boat either. If you've worked bloody hard and you've really done the grind and you've paid the most important bills, all the ones that you've had to do, like get your mortgage sorted out and all the people that you owe money to, and you've worked hard, then you, by all means, buy a good boat. But go on your gut feeling when you buy it. And it can go the other way too. There's some things that you probably need to buy, sometimes you might not, because you're still not listening to your gut. And that would be things around your health. Yeah, and the shopping in the supermarket. Now, when I go shopping today, I don't skimp on anything as far as tucker. I'm 60% now self-reliant. I live off 60% of my garden. I worked it out the other day, and that's everything. The things I don't buy and do buy, there's more things I grow here than I consume. Most of what I consume, the majority, comes from here. And sometimes it can go up to 80% even. But the best part, it's 60%. But when I go to the shop, I'm again using my intuition and I'm shopping with that. I'm going, what's the best nutrition here for me? What's going to be the best thing for my heart health? The best thing for my liver, my kidneys, my internal organs? What do I want to put here? Well, first of all, I don't buy anything that's in a packet. If it's got writing on it, fuck it, I don't want it. If it's got writing on it, it's got shit in it. If you've got to buy something that someone else has like ground down and added stuff to, I don't want to know about that. I've had too much of that processed shit my whole life, and it served me no good at all. Now, the only packet stuff I'll buy is like tea in a packet or some frozen blueberries in a packet, but it's a whole food in a packet. So really, for me, it's whole food. And you might say, well, I'm going to go buy my fish at the supermarket. If you're buying your fish, then get fish. Don't get fucking fish fingers and all that stuff that's all ground up with other shit. Yeah, it might taste good, but use your intuition. That's what it's about, using your intuition, isn't it? We have this thing going on inside us all the time, but we don't listen to it, a lot of us. It's called your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, it's there to tell you stuff. If you're doing something you know is naughty, listen to it. If you do something that goes against your conscience, it didn't feel right, it'll come back and bite you on the bum. If you tell a lie and you do something, what you're doing is you're stretching the fabric of your reality. You're stretching it. If you're saying something that's not true, your conscience is telling you, hey, you shouldn't be saying this is a lie. And you keep on saying it, you stand by it, you're stretching what reality is. And if you stretch the fabric of reality, one day it'll ping back on you. And it'll be like someone's pulled the rug from underneath your feet, and you'll be like, whoa! And we see this happen all the time. We see it happen to politicians. Happened to a politician recently. I was watching, I won't say any names because I'm not into that shit, but it happens a lot. We see people, they say something that's false, and the truth is like the sun. Sooner or later it comes up. Sooner or later it comes out. And all of us tell tall stories, every single one of us, and we tell them most of the time to protect somebody else or to protect ourselves. But then there's the ones that people also tell for their gain. And when they're doing that, they're going against their intuition. They're feeling something, oh, I know this is bad, but they're blatantly going into it. And people that do it a lot become what's known as a pathological liar. They say lies so many times they start to believe that their lies are actually a truth. And I think it was Hitler that said that a repeated lie becomes a truth. But those people, they come unstuck, and you see it time and time again. So you get a chance as you're growing up, young guys, you get a chance to choose the truth or not. And there's one thing that you've got to guide you, and it's your male intuition. So listen to it. It'll serve you well. It'll serve you well when you're going into a fight. If you're doing boxing or karate, watch your opponent and go on your gut feeling. If your gut feeling is he's gonna clean you up, then you're going to be on the defense. If your gut feeling is I can take this guy out, then you're going to be on the offense. Use it to protect yourself with your finances. Use it to protect yourself with your relationships with people. If you've got a new mate you're hanging around, you've got a gut feeling it's not quite right about this bastard, there's something not right, you listen to that shit. because I guarantee you there's something that's not right with him that he'll try on you at some stage. And it goes the other way too. If you met somebody you've just got a good gut feeling, listen to that. This person might be worth investing a bit of time into. Your intuition is something that's evolved over many, many years. I'm talking thousands of years of our evolution, and it's there for a reason. It's a resource that you're not tapping into quite often. You need to use it. It'll help you with your finances. It'll help you with your relationships with the people you love. It'll help you with your friendships. It'll help you in your workplace. It'll help you with giving your body good nutrition. It'll help you with a better life and help you with your hunting and your fishing, all those things. But you've got to listen to your intuition. And it's not always just intuition. There's a lot of hard grind. Now, I'm not a fantastic hunter. I'm not a fantastic fisherman. I'm in that sort of average bunch of guys that doesn't catch all the time. I got a lot of mates that do better than me. But that's also because I do go on my intuition, and sometimes I go fishing when I know I'm not going to catch fish, but I just want to be out in the water because I love it. And sometimes I go hunting not to actually catch anything, because I just love being out in the bush. I've done a lot of hunting where I couldn't care less if I caught anything. I just love being out there with my dogs. A day on the hill with my dogs, I go places where it's likely you're not going to catch something, and I often don't catch something. And a lot of my mates go, "What are you wasting your time?" Well, it's not a waste of time to me, because my intuition tells me I'm going to love it. I do love it. I've spent a lot of hours in places that there's stuff all hunting, and I've caught stuff all, but they're great memories. And that's okay. Everyone's got their own thing, what their measure of success is. And having a whole lot of money, or catching a whole lot of animals, or catching a whole lot of fish, or having a trophy wife, the most beautiful wife, or having the most flash car, that to some people might be a measure of their success, but to you, your measure of success might be just being really at peace with yourself and enjoying just tinkering around in your garden and growing a good crop. Or it might be, I don't know, might be just having a belly laugh with a bunch of mates. That might be meeting once a Friday to hang out with mates. That might be, hell, you've made it. I've got some good bastards to hang out with. That's all I ever wanted. And shit, there's nothing wrong with that, because you can't take anything with you when you go. We're all going to go, and we're all on just borrowed time from the moment we're born. But your intuition, it will take you in the right path, so follow it. Okay, these are only my thoughts, of course, as usual, only from what I've found and experiences in my life. My intuition has served me well. I wished I'd listened to it more when I was a younger fella, because I didn't. And take from this video the bits that you think will serve you, and the things that don't resonate, just leave them out. And check on a brother, check on your male intuition, and be proud to be a man and wallow in your maleness. We don't have any toxic masculinity around here, man. We are happy to be men, and we're proud, and we act like men. We know how to look after those that are important. We have empathy. We care. We are honest. As best as we can in all fields of our life, we always do our best, and we protect, and we provide, and we use our intuition to do all those things better. So it will serve you well. Go steady, and if you know a brother that would have got something from this video, share it with him. That's the best you can do. Share it with him. And I'm sitting here smelling something like right under my feet that really stinks, and it's a rat, because I put poison out and they've died underneath the veranda, and you can't get the bastards out. So my intuition tells me it's time to fuck off and get out of here. See you later.